Hello, thank you for tuning in to Tech Talk Tuesday. My name is Brian Mursky, and I am the owner of Veranda Technologies. We're here in Brick Township, New Jersey, and we service Monmouth, Ocean, and the surrounding counties. So, first order of business, I have a new microphone. Feedback would be great, but I had been told that perhaps I wasn't as clear or loud as I could be on certain devices at least. So I'm hoping the new microphone takes care of that. If you would, if you're one of the people that mentioned in the past that you couldn't hear me, please let me know if this helps. The topic this week is using multiple monitors on your computer. We've actually done it for at least 7 or 8 years, probably close to a decade. It's not mainstream, meaning most people don't have more than one monitor, but we've been asked more frequently. We were just asked the other day if we can get 2 large monitors for somebody to put on their desk at one of our clients, and they already have 4 or 5 computers with 2 or more monitors, so certainly an appropriate time to talk about it. So why do you want more than one monitor? Really, it's efficiency. We all keep a lot of things open, a lot of windows open, and the goal of multiple monitors isn't so that you can see everything at all times, but it does allow you to jump back and forth between tasks faster. Now, the picture obviously that I have behind where you see me talking shows my desk. I have 4 monitors. That's overkill. One of them I don't use at all. The one on the extreme left is iTunes, and only iTunes. The only other thing I put on that monitor is little notepad or sticky notes, and sometimes when you're surfing through the day, you'll see a news story that you don't have time to dive into right now, or somebody will send you a link for something, maybe a video that you want to watch later. So I'll drop them into a notepad. If I get a call while I'm working on something and I need to make a quick, like scratch note to get back to somebody or to check on something, I'll throw it onto a notepad, and this way it doesn't get buried behind everything else and get lost. Then the monitor on the far right is my communications window, or my communications monitor. So I keep 2 windows up. One is Outlook. All of my emails from all of my accounts flow into Outlook. And then I have Trillion, which is a multi-messenger app. So all of my social feeds, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of that is on one monitor. So if I get an email or I get a text or I get a tweet, I can glance at it. I don't need to move windows out of the way. I don't need to minimize or maximize things. It's just there. Pops up, I read it, I go back to what I was doing. Which is pretty handy with the amount of tweets, texts, and messages that one gets in a day, particularly in my line of work. So it's nice just to be able to glance over, see them, and get back to what I was doing. Then the 2 monitors in the middle are really just working windows. So I can keep a computer or several computers. Sometimes I'll make the boxes smaller and I'll put 3 or 4 on one monitor. Or I can install software but then look away for 20 minutes while it's installing and work on something else, but still easily be able to monitor what's going on. So they certainly make you more efficient. I've never set up multiple monitors for somebody and had them come back and tell me this is terrible. Everybody loves having 2 monitors. A few people have gone and done a 3rd. So what do you need to know to do it? That gets a little trickier, and I wanted to spend a couple minutes on it. There are 4 major types of plugs or ports that come on computers or monitors. There are, for 2 of those, there are multiple types within. We're not going to dive that deep. I'll describe it when I get to each plug. But what you need to know is what the computer has on it and what the monitor has on it. Because, for example, this is a VGA plug. This plug's been around forever. It's a 15-pin plug, 5 on top of 5 on top of 5. Typically, the adapter or the cable that would plug into that has a big blue adapter on the end of it. We've all seen them. They've been around forever. That is an analog 15-pin VGA adapter. Most computers and monitors came with them for a very long period of time. It is now very difficult to find a PC with one. So if you buy a new PC and it doesn't have that, but your monitor does, you've got a problem. And we'll dive a little deeper, but I want to run through each plug real quick. This is a DVI plug. They're typically white. I have seen them in black. Normally they're white, and the adapter that plugs into them is white. There were 6 different configurations of DVI. Again, I won't run through all of them, but DVI-A, DVI-I, DVI-X, all look similar to this. They're both analog plugs, by the way. Whoa, that's a little big. The DisplayPort is one of the newer types of ports. There's now also DisplayPort Micro and DisplayPort Mini, which, by the way, look nothing at all like the DisplayPort. But DisplayPort's very, very common. Comes on most computers now and some monitors. It has one angled connector that you can see. And then there's the HDMI, which is most commonly seen on large TVs, LED TVs, plasma TVs, cable box. So again, they need to be matched. And there are adapters that can go from one to the other, but that gets very messy because an adapter to go, let's say, from DisplayPort to HDMI, because they're both digital, might only be $8 or $9. An adapter to go from VGA to HDMI or HDMI to VGA might be $90, $80, $90. So, do you really want to add a $90 adapter on top of a new monitor or computer? So you need to figure out what's going to be on each device and try to get a match. You can also buy USB to all of these adapters. So USB to VGA, USB to HDMI. Most computers have multiple USB ports, so you can go that route too. You just really need to, when you buy a monitor or a computer, you need to be aware of what video ports they're going to have. The good news is most computers come with at least 2 different types. So you might have VGA or DVI plus DisplayPort or HDMI. You might have a DisplayPort and an HDMI. As time goes on, DisplayPort and HDMI are going to be all that you see. But again, now they have DisplayPort Mini, DisplayPort Micro. So there's a little bit of work involved, but once you sort out the plugs, very, very cool stuff, being able to have 4 monitors. I love it. Again, one doesn't get a whole lot of use, but the other 3 I use all day long. Really, really makes life easier for me. So just wanted to mention that. If you have any questions, if you want to shoot us an email or a text or a tweet, we'll see them over on that right monitor instantly when they come in. More than happy to help guide, price out, spec out hardware for you, give you some direction. If you want to know about anything else other than this topic, please drop us a line, helpdesk@verandatech.com. You can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/verandatech or our website, verandatech.com. As always, have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next week on Tech Talk Tuesday.